Welcome to Adventure Week here on EMBN. We have got a packed week coming up on the channel, full of inspiration to get out there exploring on your e-mountain bike. And we are definitely on an adventure today. We're here in not so sunny Eastbourne to go bike packing.
It's going to be so out of our comfort zone, and to make things even more interesting, the weather is quite crazy too.
It's going to be horrible, but it's going to be an adventure, right, Tom?
It's going to be insane for sure.
Let's get into it. Yes, welcome to our first bike packing trip here on EMBN. It is the British summertime, and as you can see, it's not so sunny. In fact, it's torrential rain and probably hurricane style winds. So we've got a big route planned. We're riding from Eastbourne Pier all the way to Winchester Cathedral across the South Downs, which is roughly around 100 miles, just slightly over. We're camping halfway through. We've got all our kit in our backpacks and the racks on our bikes. It's going to be a hell of a trip, Tom.
It's going to be interesting, and I'm super excited because I've really fancied giving bike packing a go for a long time, but just never have. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a good ride, plenty of cool views, and I think the weather is going to spice things up a little bit.
Definitely.
I'm just excited to get things underway.
Definitely, I think we should head off. We've got a bit of a trek, got just under 50 miles on this first leg, stopping off a few spots along the way, but join us for the ride. Our route along the South Down Ways starts at Eastbourne Pier and takes us all the way to the end point of Winchester Cathedral. Day 1 sees us do 46 miles with 4,825 feet of elevation gain to our campsite. Day 2 is 58.5 miles and 5,250 feet of climbing. And so we set off on our adventure into the full force of Storm Francis for what was going to be a far more challenging day than we could ever have imagined. Right, looks like this is the start of the off-road section.
Way, yeah.
So straight up it's saying there's a footpath, so we're going to be following the proper bridleway round, which is off to the right, and it says Winchester 100 miles, Jevington 4.5 miles. Right,
Excited.
Let's get into it then. Yeah. Bike packing crash. Nice. So that chalk stuff is pretty slippy. Onwards. Right, so it's battery change time. We've just come up to 18 miles, been riding for 2.5 hours, and the Levo is due a battery change. It doesn't sound a lot, but the conditions have been really, really bad. Just even along on the flat sections, we having to ride in turbo mode because the headwind is that strong. It has been absolutely insane.
Well, that wind was heavy. I'm not experienced in this sort of style of riding, but that was tough.
Yeah, it was super tough, wasn't it? I think it's had a massive drain on the batteries, much more than expected. Like, this bike at home in turbo mode, I can ride this 25 miles and it's fine. But today, we, sub 20 and it's going flat. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I think the conditions, the amount of climbing as well, has literally killed it. So we're going to stick a freshie in and hopefully cruise, make the rest of this first leg. Right, all fueled up.
Gloves are back on. We're all fueled up.
Batteries change,
and we're ready to continue this awesome journey.
With fading light, tired bodies and empty batteries, we rolled into the campsite and set up our luxury accommodation for the evening. Well, 46 miles in, and I think the campsite is literally just around the corner, but it's been
it was
a pretty
awesome
crazy day
there though, wasn't it?
That ridgeline, but the headwind on that and the rain that's been driving all day, it has mean it's been an epic day out, and I've got literally 1 bar of battery left.
I've got 2 left on mine.
2 bars of battery left, so.
And I think I've got 2 bars left in my body as well.
I'm feeling pretty beat. That was pretty intense. And probably the hardest weather conditions I've ever ridden in.
Oh, without
definitely,
doubt,
that driving wind and rain blew my mind, literally. But I think it's about time we get some food, set the tents up, and get heads down, get a couple of beers.
We've got a busy day again tomorrow.
A bigger day tomorrow. So hopefully this rain and wind's going to clear off for tomorrow, and it's going to be a lot easier day tomorrow than what it has been today. Right, let's go set these tents up. Right, that's it, cards. It's been an epic day out on the bikes, but it's time for me to get my head down, get this bed sorted, and I'll see you in the morning for another big epic day on the bike. Have a good night.
Night.
See you later. Morning campers, it's day 2 of our trip. Now I've just woken up from my tent, which is this setup here, which hasn't been too bad, to be fair. We've got our batteries on charge up at the barn, so we're getting those topped up. Hopefully they'll be all ready to plug into the bike. Now Cardy has been sleeping in the bike camper. There's this pretty sweet setup that involves your e-bike holding up the tent, and hopefully you should be in here. Are you awake?
It's still holding up.
Are you awake?
It's still holding up. Hey.
How you doing? You ready for day 2?
I'm good, and I'm super stoked. Well, firstly I'm stoked because this tent was so comfortable, and it didn't fall down in the night with the wind because it was pretty heavy, and the sun is now out, which is awesome.
No wind, no rain, sun is out, sun is shining. Let's get into the day 2. Right, we're all packed up, we've got the sleeping bags packed, tents packed away, and we're about to head out back across the South Downs to complete this ride. It's a bit of a bigger day today, about 60 miles of riding, so I think it's about time we set off in it, Tom.
Yeah, and I just can't believe how different the conditions are just overnight. Yesterday was, well, as you can see, heavy rain, wind and gnarly, but today, beautiful sunshine, it's actually warm.
It's gonna make a big difference, I think, to the mood and the ground conditions and everything. Hoping to get a bit more range out of these batteries, because yesterday was absolute killer on bike and body. And
some banger clips to document our journey to you guys.
So so let's go.
Carry on,
Yeah, we'll see you in a bit, guys.
See ya. Just got this bad boy, he wants to come on the ride. Come on, mate, I'm already carrying enough gear today. No room at the inn for another one. Are you getting a lot of wheel spin, Chris? Not too bad? Okay. I'm getting loads. I think having the bags on the front. Yeah. Got wheelie in. Chris is getting a lot of wheelie with his bags on the back.
Okay, so we're back on the South Downs now. It's back to the usual kind of terrain. We've got big, open, wide, chalky climbs, descents. The wind's picked up a little bit, but we're so high up on top of the valley already. It's got to be expected. Yeah, it's never going to be still up here. We climbed back up onto the South Downs and we were greeted by our first proper view of the trip. We missed this so much yesterday, but the views today are absolutely outstanding. With less wind, we were rocking along and ticking off mile after mile. This is what it was meant to be like yesterday. Right, we're just approaching Elizabeth Country Park by the look of it, and we're 33.5 miles in, and I've got 1 bar of battery left, and the Garmin is saying there's a steep climb up ahead, and I'm guessing it's up on that ridge, so I'm going to stick a freshie in.
Yeah, I'm going to join you, I think.
Yeah, stick a new battery in, and I think we've easily got the rest of this route done then, because we've got over halfway, 33.5 miles out of 56.
We cruise,
so by my maths, that's over halfway.
Yeah, battery's done well.
Now you might notice a little bit of difference between these two Levo batteries. This is a 700 watt-hour battery, and to fit these in the Evoc backpacks that we're using, we're actually taking off the flap at the front of the battery. It's just going to give you a little bit more clearance when it comes to fitting the battery in your backpack, because these are big old units, but removing that flap is going to give you that extra little bit more of room. Just a simple 4mm Allen key, wind that out, and it fits in your backpack. Super easy. So it's pretty crazy to think that our journey started about 95 miles ago back in Eastbourne on that windy pier. We've come across all this way, across crazy terrain, experienced probably the wildest weather ever, stayed in our tents, and now we're here on this final leg of the journey. Good news, Cardy, we've got climb 11 of 11, so this is the final climb of our epic 100-mile journey. So get this one ticked off, then it's all cruising into Winchester.
Cheesy foot head. I'd go as far to say that after 100 miles, the head of my foot is maybe a little bit cheesy.
I've definitely got cheesy feet, but I don't know about cheesy head yet. But It's crazy if you look at this map, isn't it, to think we started all the way here in Eastbourne, followed it all the way across, all through the wind and rain, we've gone all this way, and now you are here. So we're literally right at the end, so we're literally right at the very end of our route. And it has been absolutely crazy, hasn't it? So
it's been so good. It's good to see the end, but kind of sad as well.
I know, it's been
good fun.
Such a good couple of days, hasn't it? But I think we're going to finish this route down at Winchester Cathedral as the end point. So let's get on there, let's get these last few miles done. This is the actual end of the South Downs Way, and I mean, look over that sign, Eastbourne 99 miles, and that has been insane. Well, I think if we started it off on that rainy pier, didn't we? Come and battled it through the wind and the rain across that first leg. Camping, staying in those tents in the wind and the rain.
And then we had some really nice sections today, amazing views, much better weather. But I think we should find the cathedral. 99
miles, surely we've got to round us up to 100. So I think the cathedral's about a mile away from here. So we'll wrap it up 100 miles.
Let's do it.
Right, so the Garmin is saying on the right hand side is going to be the cathedral, and there we are. The end is done. Whoa, 100 miles in. So there you go, 100 plus miles ticked off the list for our first bikepacking adventure. And I think coming in as free riders to this bikepacking malarkey was pretty intimidating at first. So I think we wind it back to day one.
Well, where do we start? We started on the pier, gnarly conditions, didn't really know what we was getting ourselves into, but we had a bit of an idea. However, I don't think either of us could have predicted the rain and the wind.
I think an important part of this bikepacking thing is to check those weather conditions, and there was an actual weather warning there. So we went prepared. I took my full waterproof suit onesie with me. You had full waterproof gear. So I think it's definitely essential to be checking the weather conditions before you go out for that ride.
100%.
So we hammered those trails, didn't we, the first day?
Well, one thing that caught me out on the trails was the chalk. It was so slippery. I did not expect for the ground to have such little grip. That was pretty
Definitely, that was pretty crazy, wasn't it? And then I think the wind as well, and the battery consumption on that first day was simply, you know, something I've not experienced. We were in turbo mode along the flat. We were having to pedal down the downhills, so it was super hard, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I've never struggled so much to ride in a straight line. Like, the wind was coming in and just pushing us to the side. And those moments, like, my brain is just engraved into my brain now of seeing you at this angle.
Yeah, leaning in, going down the straight road. And then day two, totally different trails, more flowing stuff through the hills, through the forest, different terrain. I think we've had experienced all types of terrain, a lot of chalk tracks, ups and downs, descents, not crazy technical stuff. I mean, on the downhill stuff, we kind of held back a little bit more, didn't we?
Because with the racks, it's scary.
Yeah, and we don't want to damage stuff. You know, if you shred a tire, snap a mech off, or things like that, you've got to think about that stuff as well.
Within your bag as well.
So we've had zero mechanicals, rinsed 2 batteries out every single day, haven't we? And the bikes have been bang on. But would I go bikepacking again? Definitely.
I definitely would. I'd be so up for it.
It's been a hell of an adventure.
There was definitely things we could learn from doing it the first time round, but you know, make them small improvements and take that on board, and then next time it can be even better. Even going from day one to day two, I noticed, like, just where I had that day of experience under my belt,
but yeah,
I noticed the difference.
Definitely, yeah. Good memories and a hell of an adventure for both of us.
Without a doubt.
But let us know what you think about our adventure down in the comments box below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and give us a find and a follow on your favourite social media too. Cheers for watching.